One of the most unusual dives I've ever been on was right there at a small island called Gato.
See that boat over there?
Yeah.
We went behind it. There's a cave which goes under the island for about 30 meters. Came out the other end, swam around behind there, come to the point, and came right back to the boat.
So we went completely underneath that island.
Yes, we did.
Pretty cool.
At the beginning of the dive, you wind through some big coral mounds and huge boulders. And it's a temptation to just stop there and start looking around, because they're covered with corals. But after about 5 minutes, you see this big opening right in the side of the island. When you enter the tunnel, because that's what this really is, you don't expect to see much. It's just the novelty of swimming under an island and coming out on the other side. But since there's a direct saltwater flow all the way through it, there are quite a few corals on the walls and a surprising amount of fish life in here. It takes about 15 minutes to go through, and it's very good for photography. This is a big school of small catfish, which are bottom feeders. There are a lot of small schools of fish moving back and forth. But as we got close to the exit to the cave, there was about 300 to 400 rudderfish that kept going around and around and around. Maybe some serious drugs here. On the boat before the dive, we had been promised by the staff that our group would see the biggest seahorse known to man. And of course, none of us believed it.
Well, I went through this awesome cave over here, and then there was like a sea fan at the end, and I was brought right to it, and I had to study the colors for a little bit, but when I saw those big bright eyes, I knew we had found our giant seahorse we were looking for.
This seahorse had an intimate relationship with one of the group, but we won't go there. After everyone experienced the seahorse, the rest of the dive was spent exploring every coral rock mound and the reef flats below them. The continual water flow over and around the coral mounds sweeps the area with nutrient-rich plankton. There were soft corals everywhere. When you dive at a place where few others go, your chances of getting close to critters that you normally wouldn't be able to increases dramatically. At Malapascua, this happens on every dive. This small octopus couldn't make up its mind which direction to go, but it finally took off. And of all the places that this octopus would choose to go, it went right through a bunch of sea urchins. Ow.
Probably my favorite, the teeny tiny pygmy seahorse. To the naked eye it looked purple, but you know, with a flash it was this beautiful pink color.
This video is highly magnified. This animal is about a ½ inch high, and it blends in perfectly with the sea fan that it resides in. It will spend its entire life here. You can easily dive for well over an hour just on this one side of the island and still never see everything that's there. At the end of the dive, Risa decided to kiss the seahorse, and it was so overwhelmed it simply stopped breathing.